Hey guys, Eddie from E11 World here, and today I'm talking about part two for this photography workflow series I'm doing. And today it's all about importing your photos, editing them, and whatnot. So all the fun stuff, let's say. So here I just want to kind of promote one of those videos I did a while ago, and I thought it was really great. Just throwing it out there. So this is talking about how you can add a lot more, save a lot more drive space. In your hard drive. It does need two hard drives, but it's just one of those things I talk about. Really, really good tip. So make sure you check this out on my channel and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So anyways, let's talk about this stuff. So importing your photos. First thing you do when you come back, you pop in your SD card and you go to it and import and whatnot. So you obviously, people who know Lightroom will know how to import. I'll show you that button in a second. So basically there's some things I want to talk to you guys. First thing that you should be doing if you're not doing already, and these are just things that you kind of like set and forget, and some things that just it works all the time. So right now I have this as don't import suspect duplicates because I've already done this. But generally, you would want to have checked this out. And actually, let's start from the top here. So this, I don't actually find this to work all the time. Half the time when I actually do build smart previews, I check this, it doesn't even work. So I think it's just a bug from Lightroom, from Adobe. So please, Adobe, fix this. Anyways, that's one. All right, so if you want to make a second copy to somewhere else, you can do that here. For example, like a backup drive or whatever. Which I've also talked about in the last episode. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and pause this video, watch that. It's about 10 minutes or so, and then come back here and watch this. All right, I'll wait. No, I'm kidding. I'm back. So, okay. Next thing you want to know, if you want to add it to a collection, you can do that here. I generally don't do this. I'll talk to you guys about why in a second. So renaming files, for sure, you should do, and you can do something, for example, that makes sense. Right here, I have concert, singer, and another. So basically, like keywords is my file name, and then it'll get obviously the the numbers here, lowercase always for the extension. The other things I always do set is my metadata, and I'll talk. Let me just edit this preset, and I'll show you what I have here. So, for example, some of this stuff I have is like, my name, my website, and all rights are reserved, no protect, just some things that you should set. And then the creator, so information about you, like, whatever it is that you want to be embedded in the photo. And these are things that, not too personal, obviously, but, just some things you should be adding to all the photos you take. And you can strip that stuff also when you share it. So that's that. All right, so we'll leave that here. Keywords, so this is stuff that you can tag your photos. So when you search for it, it's really easy to do so. And I'm not sure if this translates into like Google Photos, which I talked about last week. But it definitely works for like Windows. When you search, there's a tags thing, and this actually gets added to that as well. So it's a bonus. I'm not sure for Mac if it's the same or not, but probably the same. Anyways, and then I like to import it into a subfolder in my main folder here where I have all my photos. And some people like probably would do this by every year. So like 2015, and then all this stuff goes in there. I put it by event. I don't like to put it by dates. It's just one of those things that, there is sort by date feature, which can sometimes be flimsy. Like, when you copy files, for example, you lost your drive and you copied it to somewhere else, it goes by the copied date, but there's still ways to actually get that from like the photo itself or whatever. So all in all, this is how I like to put it, in a subfolder with the name that makes sense. For example, this was a concert, Greek concert output, Bandy, which is the singer, the main talent, singer's name, and then Greek concert. So something like that. And this kind of goes from my programming language, but generally we don't do the first letter caps and caps. So anyways, that's the import dialog. And yeah, that's this. So once you've imported, it goes into your collection, and they're up there, right? Your collections and whatnot. And then I have it in my smart collection, which is something, let me just talk to you guys why I have it set up like this. So, and you would kind of see too, but this is a copy, which I don't generally keep it as copy, but this was something I just want to kind of point out that you should always name these proper. Okay, so you've imported, there's a few things that you should be doing to all your photos. And I'll go into like one of these photos after and just remove everything and kind of do it from scratch so you could see what's happening. Okay, or just walk through actually. I don't want to remove everything I've done. But now that I've imported, there's a few things that I do. The first thing is I start by doing the star rating system, which is all your numbers on the keyboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 5 for me is like stuff I want to share in a gallery, like top class, like world class photos, which I don't really have many, but maybe I have 4. Anyways, so 1 star is like, it's okay. You know, it's an okay image. It's a nice image. 2 star is like, oh, I like that photo. It's really nice. 3 is like, great photo, man. This is unbelievable. I love this photo. But again, you see what I'm saying. They're all really good photos. Otherwise, I wouldn't even select it at all, right? But for me, 1 is where, you know, it passes. It's good. It's not the greatest one in the world. I know I could have done better, for example, right? Under different conditions or what have you. So we'll do that, right? So I have everything here as 1, 2, 3 stars for some things. Then the second thing I do after doing this star rating is I tag it with colors, and specifically these 3 colors. So red, yellow, and green. And this is basically the same way I would go about traffic lights. So red is don't go. Green, go ahead, yes. Yellow, maybe. So how I put this is, if it's green, I want this photo to go into the next round of basically filtering or you know, choosing the best photos. Red, I typically don't even do sometimes because, you know, why would you just do that? You just put yellow, which is a maybe, and then green. So for example, here you could see the copies because these ones, and I'll edit this one so you could see. So it's in the range of 1 star to this star. And this is the date I shot this at. So generally I put capture date in the range of whatever. Keywords contains this. So because I have all these keywords set here, okay, that's how I would basically pin it down or you know, filter it to that time exactly. And then if it's green or if it's yellow, I think this was the one I was supposed to edit. Somehow it didn't do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see why. I'll go back to that in a second. So all these ones, basically, when it is green, and let me just edit this one too. So the last one I have is flagged, and I'll talk about that. But basically, I would remove this and put this as yellow. And so everything that's yellow is the undecided. But if it's green, if I think it's really good already, I'll just go ahead and put it here and into the green. And then once I finalized, like this shoot was probably over 200-300 photos, and I finalized it to like this many. But only because I went through this whole scenario, stars, and then this, and then flags. If it's flagged, it's a go. If not, then you know what, even when it's green, I still don't want to share it. And that's what goes to actually share them. So the ones I sent to the client is always going to be flagged and green and has some sort of stars to it. You can actually even go a step further and use the, what do you call it? The quick collection, or what do you call this here? Okay, well, it's basically got a letter shortcut of B, and I can't remember, but probably quick collection. And you can actually set that to go to a folder as well. So generally, these are the 3 I use: stars, colors, and then the flags. And if you don't see it, you can actually add them from there. Okay, so this is the first thing after I import my photos, how I select my photos. So I'm not spending time editing 200-300 photos that I might not even go far with, right? So now I'm only, going to edit 53 photos. Okay, so I think I should actually end this video right here for this workflow, and I'll talk about the final part of this series, which will be editing the photos themselves and what you do to edit each one, like the basic edits and then the final edits in my next video. So watch out for that. Come back, and I'll be right here. No, not really. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already. Give this video a thumbs up. You should. Better. All right. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one, editing the photo. See you later.